Like dragons charging with all their might, cars tear across an arid countryside. What is it for? Racing, jumping, flying, diving into muddy waters, on and on, even after nightfall. A battle of skill. A race against the hands of the clock. A calculated risk. A gamble with fate. Faster. 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 From misty mornings high up on mountain passes to sweltering afternoons under the equatorial sun, across rivers, through stifling dust and driving rain, in valleys where the engine roar comes back in deafening echoes, on and on, day after day, hour after hour, every second counts. Nairobi, home of the famous Safari Rally. Like any competitive sport, a rally requires a thoroughly planned strategy and a lot of preparation. But here, preparation involves not only the protagonists of the sport. Behind the scenes, you need a well-trained, highly competent service crew. Victory depends on them as much as it depends on the car and driving team. Here's the Datsun 160J, that proven rally master. From Africa, it's a move northward to Greece for the Acropolis Rally. 1980 is a year of special challenge for Datsun. The Datsun 160J is classed in Group 2, and it has to compete with the higher horsepower of Ford, Mercedes, Fiat, and other cars in Group 4, the most powerful class. Each rally, of course, has its own local flavor. It's Latin American in the Codasur Rally in Argentina. In every rally, the Datsun service crew is a compact group that combines skill with precision. As a matter of policy, it's always composed of Japanese and local mechanics, trained along the same lines and pooling their talents in complete coordination. New Zealand, site of the 6th event in the championship. It's a long way from home, but that's no damper to the Datsun spirit. For Datsun, a rally serves a very important purpose. It's a chance to test its cars in actual conditions that are the toughest of their kind, and any lesson learned becomes part of Datsun's technology. London. And it's time for that classic rally, the RAC Rally. For Datsun, rallying is also a way to promote motorsports. Motorsports have a lot to offer. In fact, more and more people are joining rallies as a hobby, and it's easy to rally with the Datsun 160J. Whereas other car makers prepare special rally cars, the Datsun 160J used in rallies is basically the same as the one that's coming off the production line this minute. It's back to Africa for the championship's last event, the Bandama Rally in the Ivory Coast. The World Rally Championship is the supreme event in rallying. Winning in it brings a lot of prestige. For the car maker, it's a vivid proof of the performance and quality of its cars. Naturally, there's tremendous competition. You have to beat such ace drivers as Timo Salonen from Finland, Ugandan-born Shekhar Mehta, Valdegard from Sweden, Rauno Aaltonen from Finland, Mikola, also from Finland, Harry Karlström from Sweden, Cullen from Britain, Frenchman Jean-Pierre Nicola, Rohrl from Germany, Italian Sandro Munari, and Vatanen, another Finn. A rally start is always an occasion for great excitement, and it's no exception at the 1980 Safari Rally. Dubbed the Carbreaker Rally, only a handful make it to the finish of this 5,500-kilometer event. In this hostile environment, anything can happen. Tires burst, axles give way, engines break down. And in the intense heat, it's easy to lose control, make mistakes, drive off the road into a ditch, and out of the race. All day long, the sun beats down mercilessly, baking the earth bone dry. The cars whip up trails of dense dust, like a wall you can't see through. It's a dust and sweat bath all the way. What is it that has made Datsun a consistent winner in this grueling event? Mehta, the 1980 overall winner, says, "I think it's because Datsun has the most reliable cars." And what's behind Datsun's reliability? To put it simply, it's total quality. In the 1980 Safari Rally, the odds were in favor of Mercedes. It had top-class drivers, the largest service crew, and the most service vehicles. Besides, the Mercedes 450 SLC had 380 horsepower, double that of the Datsun 160J. Still, the Datsun 160J has extra toughness and reliability. Add to that Datsun's carefully planned strategy, and you'll see why Datsun ran off with all the top prizes in the 1980 Safari Rally. First overall, first in its class, first as a team, and first as a private entry. The Acropolis Rally is a typical modern sprint rally where even 1/100th of a second is vital. But it demands more than just speed. As far as durability is concerned, it's the toughest rally in Europe. It has 56 special stages designed to test a car's performance on different road conditions. A special stage may be to test the strength of your suspension, the durability of your tires, your cornering ability, your driving stability, or your road-holding capability. What's important here is whether the components of your car support and complement each other, so you can overcome the severity of each special stage. Treacherous uphill climbs and downhill descents. The roads are rocky and marble hard. The dust is so thick you can almost gather it in your hand. In the 1980 Acropolis Rally, the Datsun 160J was once more competing against higher-powered cars. This time, it was a battle between Datsun and Ford, a neck-and-neck race decided by the fact that Special Stage 55 was, for some unclear reason, declared null and void by the rally officials. Datsun would have won otherwise. The three Datsun 160Js in the rally stood apart from other makes in one very important point. None of them suffered any major mechanical trouble. They started intact and finished intact. That in itself is a record, especially when you consider that out of the 148 starters, only 37 succeeded in reaching the finish. Why do drivers go through the strain of a rally? Is it just for the sake of winning? Or is there something else? Victory, of course, is a great reward, a feeling that inspires and stimulates, but perhaps more than winning, it's challenge that keeps a driver going, even in the face of that lonely driving through a vast unknown land, even when tiredness is unbearable, and he still has miles and miles to go before he can sleep. Then there's the excitement, the intense atmosphere of a race, and the joy of driving itself. You're competing against the world's best drivers, against time, and against yourself. You go as fast as you can, cheating the law of gravity, defying the known limits of your capabilities, and gambling with fate. It's all there. But perhaps it's really very simple. As some drivers put it, rallying is simply a way of life. Going back to the unsung heroes of a rally, the mechanics. They are to a rally what stagehands are to a play. They make sure the show goes on as best as possible. Teamwork is vital, just as skill and a knowledge of local conditions are essential. Compared to others, the Datsun service crew is small, but it's a group that's trained for precision and quick thinking. It knows exactly what's needed at a given moment, and it's ready for any eventuality. As a motor sport, rallying has a lot to offer, not only to professional drivers, but to everybody. Anybody may join a rally, and for spectators, it's an event that's always exciting to watch. Rallying, in fact, is a very popular sport. It's estimated that in Europe alone, 500,000 people do it as a hobby. That's understandable. It's not just a purely physical sport. It's mentally stimulating as well. It's a test of skill, your ability to think, respond, and react quickly, to know exactly what to do when there's only a split second for making your decision. A test of stamina. Just as driving isn't simply a matter of getting behind the wheel and putting your foot on the accelerator, rallying is a matter of using one's entire body and mind. Like the RAC rally, the New Zealand rally is a secret rally. Test runs aren't allowed, nor are pace notes. The routes are kept secret until the actual rally, and often they aren't clearly marked. There's also the problem of weather. In the 1980 New Zealand Rally, it was completely unpredictable. One minute, it was sunny and bright, and the next, dark, brooding, and pouring with heavy rain. You need an unusual mixture of flexibility and consistency to cope with these sudden changes in weather and road conditions. You need the Datsun 160J. The Datsun 160J is a superbly balanced car through and through, and that's the secret. The weather may change without warning. The course may suddenly turn from a dry and dusty forest path to a wet and slippery mountain pass. But the Datsun 160J stays a steadfastly reliable performer through it all. You can depend on it. This is what Solomon says of the Datsun 160J. Suspension, brakes, everything is very good, very reliable. And it was in such a car that Solomon drove to overall victory in the 1980 New Zealand Rally, keeping a lead over his principal rival, Royal, in a Fiat throughout practically the entire rally. The Datsun 160J, like all Datsuns, follows Datsun's unique philosophy, according to which a car must be the supreme sum total of all its functions. A Datsun isn't outstanding only in performance or safety or fuel efficiency or comfort. It has to be the ideal car in every way. Harmony. That's the key to every Datsun. Like a well-written symphony, all the parts are perfectly balanced with each other, so the whole is an eloquent, harmonious solution to your every requirement. And with such harmony in design, the Datsun 160J in the 1980 New Zealand Rally proved once again that total quality is superior to sheer power. Classed in Group 2, it won over its more powerful competitors in Group 4. Summing up the 1980 World Rally Championship, it was a fiercely competitive year. Several car makers put a lot of manpower and money into it, but Datsun chose to have a tightly knit group and well-planned strategy, counting more on the actual performance and reliability of the Datsun 160J. And judging from the results, you can't win a rally just with manpower and money, but with quality and reliability, you can. (1981) and the coming years will see even more competition in the World Rally Championship. Is Datsun ready for it? It is. For 1981, it is entering a new Datsun 160J, a DOHC model, and two other new types of cars. All three follow Datsun's fundamental philosophy of design harmony. All three are in line with Datsun's basic rally strategy that puts the emphasis on the performance and reliability of the cars. And all three are designed and built according to the anticipated needs and requirements of the 80s. There is plenty of reason to feel confident that the rallies in 1981 and the coming years will prove even more that Datsun is a name of quality you can rely on all the time.